Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here. I'm going to be doing a general collective read, not for any specific time frame, just what's going on currently in the collective energy. And we're going to see what's going on with that. I've got a few other options that I'm looking at to replace the lights and shadows readings. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to come back because I honestly don't feel like doing someone else's work for them. So I'm going to be coming back with something else. I've got some other spreads that I'm going to try, and I've got some other ideas on subjects. So if anyone has any thoughts, I'm still trying to come up with a way to do the true crime cold case readings without getting the families all up in arms and without getting everyone all upset. So I think I've figured that part out. So we'll just see what happens from there. But I've got some other subjects and stuff that I'm going to be looking at, and based on popularity, will determine on what I do, and I may just keep doing various stuff here and there to, keep interest up. So we'll see. Thank you all for bearing with me. I hope today finds you doing well, and let's see what's going on in collective energy, shall we? What do we need to know, Spirit? What's going on? Wow. Nothing. Okay, well, I can end up picking if you'd like. All right, we have the Child. I thought that these would be nice for oh, okay. This is just stuck in there. There we go. Just pull that out. There we go. Alright, so we have the Child. And the Child could be new beginnings, something new coming along. We've got a house. We have pathway. Goodness gracious. We've got the Lovers. And then we have Coffin. Okay. So I thought this might be a little bit, more interesting visually to see. You can see the cards stacked up there. You can always pause and enlarge anytime. And yes, I do put my cards back in their little boxes. They like to. Mine, I don't know about other people. Some people leave their cards out all the time, and that's fine. That works for them. But I've found that my cards, the energies, start interacting, and all the cards start saying the same thing, and different decks tend to say different things. So I put mine away, and it could just be because I'm, got a little bit of that OCD and all of that. So in order to help me keep it neat, I do it that way. So Spirit, we're going to do, a couple of decks, and then some oracle cards. So we'll see. So what's going on with this child? What kind of energy is this child in, Spirit? Okay, to start off with, it's the 3, or the Empress, which is the number 3 in the oh my gosh, I can't even think, in the major arcana. And the Empress is an alpha female. She's abundant. She's like the mother of the tarot. She's got creativity, resources. Life is abundant with the Empress. She's connected to the seasons and the sky. So motherhood and a child. So there could be a pregnancy here. What else, Spirit? Now this is in the, so this is distant past, recent past, present, immediate future, and distant future. So distant past, someone could have found out that they were pregnant, or they are into a pregnancy right now. And please remember only to take what resonates. What else about this, Spirit? Okay. So we have the 9 of Swords, which is depression, fear, anxiety, grief, sadness. 9s are obstacles, final hurdles, and reflection. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius affects thoughts, communication, and logic. So someone is anxious or depressed. It could be, it could be pregnancy hormones. It could be someone who is anxious or depressed. Something could be going on. They may not have planned for this. Then we have the 3 of Wands. Shifting the focus to see the big picture. There's something new on the horizon. So this new project, or this, new child, because it can be creativity. So, a new project can be your new baby too, because you're fostering it, you're trying to get it to work, and, you have anxieties and fears over it. What else, Spirit? Okay. What about this house? The High Priestess. So, possibility and power, darkness and light, secrets and clarity, surprises. So there could be a house that is coming up, and it could be a surprise in that it comes up right when you need it, or it's there's something mysterious about the house. Maybe not about the house specifically, like it's haunted or anything, but mysterious in the way that it comes on the market, or there's just something mysterious about it, some type of a secret about a house. What else, Spirit? All right, we've got the Four of Cups. So, okay, so someone may have too high of standards, they're bored, they're disillusioned. Cups is emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. Four is structure and stability. And a house would be structure and stability, but it could be something that somebody wants something higher stature, or they're disillusioned about this house. They think that maybe it's not worthy of them or something like that. But there's something mysterious about this house. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So someone's feeling restless. They need to go with the flow or move on. And what you seek is already available to you. Cups is emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. Eights are action and accomplishment. So someone may be getting a house for this new idea, or if it's a pregnancy, someone may be getting a new house and keeping it a secret until, to surprise either the couple, or one of them's buying a house and keeping it a secret as a surprise to the other partner. Something like that. So, it could be a surprise in that way. What else, Spirit? What about that house? Okay. We've got the Two of Swords, so a decision needs to be made, and it's kind of a blind decision. So that's what's leading me toward, this is another thing that's leading me towards, this might be a surprise for one or the other, or a couple, because someone has to make a blind decision, meaning that someone has to make a decision without someone's input, because it's a surprise. And twos are partnerships and balance, thoughts, communication, and logic. So yeah, somebody's it seems like someone's getting surprised with a house, and I don't mean to spoil the surprise, so it may not be that. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone is unable to attain their goals. You need to reconsider your approach and follow through. So the other mystery about this house is something may not be working. It's Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles usually brings the money in the upright. But someone may not be handling it quite right, because it could be a first-time purchase or something. You need to follow through, and you need to make sure that you follow through. You may have maybe turned down on a loan the first time or something. Doesn't mean that it's not attainable. It just means that maybe, that one won't work, but another one will. So let's see here. What about this pathway, Spirit? Pathway. That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. Let's continue on. if they come out again, I'll read them. All right, we've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So there's, on this pathway, there's some sort of chaos, confusion, panic, miscommunication. It's thoughts, communication, and logic. New beginnings or opportunities. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's some sort of a miscommunication. The paths got crossed. And with it being Mercury in retrograde, there's going to be some miscommunication. So perhaps you need to wait until after Mercury goes out of retrograde, which I think is around August the 11th. So be careful about signing any contracts during this time. So yeah, things could be going wrong because, and I hate to blame it on a planet, but it seems to be affecting everybody this time. So there could be an issue with Mercury. And, expect delays, expect miscommunication, expect, things to go awry a little bit. So if you can wait at all and put it on the back burner until after, then things might straighten out and everything might go smoothly again for you. It may have been going smoothly until I think it went into retrograde around the 18th or the 20th, something like that. So we're kind of in the middle of it. And so things may have been going really smoothly until, 2 weeks ago? 10 days ago? And then everything's going south. So that it could be that. So just have patience and see if you can put it to the side for now. I know it's hard, but see if you can delay it a little bit. What else about this pathway, Spirit? Okay, we've got the Four of Wands, and 4 is structure and stability. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, goals, creativity, and passion. Sharing pleasure and reaping rewards with loved ones. Happy home life. So, yeah, there's this pathway. There's miscommunications to your happy home life. So that, again, that's talking about this house. So you want to have a happy home, and it seems like the path is, there's a little bit of miscommunication on this happy home path. So just try to get through it. And like I said, see if you can delay it till around the 11th of August, and then reapproach it and see if that makes a difference. And if it does, then you'll know the reason why. What else about this pathway? Alright, we've got the Two of Wands in the reverse, and 2s are partnership and balance, and Wands are goals, creativity, and passions. And you have a fear of making a decision that will cause a delay in your progress. Okay? Don't be afraid to put it on hold. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's not meant to be, then what is meant to be? This may be giving you time to find what is meant to be. Maybe this house is not what you're supposed to receive. Maybe there's another house and everything's being delayed. Remember, the universe always works for you. It may seem like it's working against you, but it's working for you to give you the best that it can give you at the time. So if you ask for a delay, it may be a good decision to do that, and you're afraid that, well, if I delay, then I'll lose it. Well, maybe there's a reason to, because there is mystery behind that house. And maybe it's a history that you don't know about. Maybe there's a better one, in a better area, or more suitable for your exact needs. Things have a way of working out. So, ask your spirit guides to help you. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Oh boy. So someone is avoiding a betrayal, or they're healing from a betrayal. There's a recovery. There's a path to safety and solid ground. So I don't know who that's for, but since it's on the pathway, and there's a path to solid ground, and swords are air, so that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and swords are completion, thoughts, communication, and logic. So possibly the healing and the recovery needs to happen, or get a little bit further along before this will come through. Remember to only take this if it resonates. I've got the Knight of Swords, which is thoughts, communication, logic, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Knights are an immature air energy. They're impulsive, very spirited, but yeah, they can be impulsive, and they don't think before they act. There could be some type of a truth coming in, action and speed, so it could come in quickly. And be ready, it says be ready for the chase and the battle. So there could be some type of a message coming in that if you try to push forward on this, then the message may come too late. So just, yeah, I'm getting the sensation, the sensation that, you need to possibly pause things and delay them until there's a question in somebody's mind about this house, that there's a mystery. And I was saying that, well, the mystery is that somebody's going to be surprised with it. Well, yeah, but there's still a different mystery. There's something, maybe the sale price is too high. Maybe there's something about the realtor. Maybe there's something about the taxes on the house. I don't know why that came up, but yeah. So make sure that everything is right. You might want to check the numbers, and if you're committed to a real estate agent, that's great. If you don't have a real estate agent, maybe you need to get one, but research them. But there's some sort of a mystery about that house, and that's why everything's being delayed. The universe is delaying it for a reason, and there's a message coming in. Anything else on this? And I never know the full story until we get to the end anyway. So I'm just as cornfuzzled as the rest of you. Okay, so let's look at the Lovers. What about this? Lovers is a partnership. It's typically a romantic partnership, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a partnership, a business partnership, or a partnership with a job that you absolutely love. It's emotions. So let's see what we've got. So we've got the sun. So optimism, fertility, creativity, power, possibility, and radiance. Growth and recovery, success, good health, holidays. So if you're in a relationship, then your relationship is doing well. And it said fertility, so that's 3 cards indicating that this is about an expectant situation. What else, Spirit? These cards haven't done a full collective read in a while, so I think they're a little confused. They don't know what to do. King of Cups in the reverse. So someone in this relationship, or this could be someone outside of your relationship, because this shows that the relationship is in good shape. But this person could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and they are about results and practicality, because they're a King of Cups, and they like how to, or do-it-yourself projects, okay? So they're a do-it-yourselfer, or they're, they watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to do something. Emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. And they're controlling, destructive. It says emotionally vulnerable. They may not be so emotionally vulnerable as they are trying to project that. So I'm really getting an in-law or somebody's controlling parent or something over this whole situation, and they are trying to control it, which is causing friction. So you may check into, on this house as well, you may check into whether this person, if it resonates with you, if this person is trying to do some sabotagery. People get crazy. They get jealous and envious, and I don't know. What else, Spirit? So we've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Unable to reach goals or plans, rethink and try again. Yeah. Goals, creativity, passion, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aces are about new beginnings and opportunities. And in the upright, it would be new motivation, inspiration, creativity. So someone's trying to, this King of Wands in the reverse, or King of Cups in the reverse, is trying to get to your emotions, and then they're trying to cause you to not reach your goals or your plans. They're trying to play on your emotions maybe, or they're trying to, I'm picking up on sending disappointment. They're trying to send you disappointment. To a happy, healthy relationship. Anything else on this? Well, of course, throw that on the floor. I'll just put that right there. Okay, this came out in the reverse, King of Pentacles. So someone's trying to withhold money. They're trying to affect your money. They're greedy, untrustworthy, controlling, and it's another king too. So they're trying to affect your money, and I just got confirmation, I don't know if you can hear that, but they're trying to affect your money and your emotions. So yeah, you may be having some type of a money problem that you didn't realize you were having. I would for sure check these people out. The control freaks in your life that would try to control your life, and because they think that they're gonna do it better than you, or that you can't make the decision. I'm feeling like this is a young couple, and the parents are way too involved and are trying to take over, and y'all are going to need to learn to stand up for yourselves. What else? Okay, let's go on to this coffin. The coffin is not necessarily an actual death, a physical death. It can be the death of a situation, death of a ending of a situation. But remember, endings always bring new beginnings. So let's see, what's about this coffin? What do we got going on? Knight of Cups. Message of love, finding your spiritual path. Try not to be judgmental. Okay, so this is also a knight energy, so it's an immature energy. They can be a full-grown adult and still have knight energy. Okay, so someone could be. This could be another. This could be someone else trying to come in to this couple with a message of love, and trying to be all friendly and stuff, trying to get close to you. What else about this, Spirit? They could be trying to cause trouble in your relationship. So this could be an old flame, although I haven't seen the Six of Cups yet. Six of Swords, moving to a better situation, putting a rough situation behind you. Harmony, communication, thoughts, communication, logic, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So yeah, so this is you, collective. You're trying to put a situation behind you, and someone's coming into you with love, and putting the situation behind you is the coffin. You're gonna have to put that situation behind you because it wasn't the right situation for you. I mean, you're in a committed relationship here. Whether or not you're actually physically married, you're still in a committed relationship and a happy relationship. And we've got some people here trying to tear that apart. Why do they always do that? Why do they always try to tear apart happy people? They just can't stand it. They can't stand for anybody to be happy. What else about this coffin card? Whew. The Star. So that's a very positive card. Healing, forgiveness, and success. Hope and guidance. Be inspired. Dreams come true. So your dreams are going to come true. You got to put this behind you. You got to deal with all this BS from everybody, but it's going to work out. Whatever it is, it's going to work out. Just keep the faith. Okay. So let's see what other cards do we want? Let's do the yin and yang. See what they have to say. We may get a little more insight. Oh, sorry about that. We may get a little more insight. So what about this child? That would have been decisions and contemplation between two people or two paths to stay or go. Okay. It did flip back down, face down, so. What else? Okay, we've got wish fulfillment, success, achievements, and happy outcome. Well, we certainly want that. And then the world, which is a new cycle, karmic completion, travel, fulfillment, success after the quest, success. So, wish fulfillment and success. So whatever you're stressing about, just relax. It's going to be successful. You know, just let it. Don't try to force it. What about this house? Self-love intentions, focused on desires of the heart, self-worth, expansion, manifesting. So you need to practice self-love. Don't put yourself down. See what you want, but just know that the universe is going to give you the best that it can. It's working in your favor, not against you. Although it does sometimes seem like it's working against you. It's really not. What else, Spirit? Okay, let's move on to the pathway. Renewal spark. New life, fresh starts, rejuvenation, healing after crisis, sacral chakra. And there was healing mentioned in this line, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, healing through the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and healing again. So you're on the pathway of healing and recovery from whatever. Doesn't have to be an addiction. It can be from a breakup, a bad relationship, from, maybe you had a fight with a friend, maybe, there's all kinds of stuff that you're healing from. What else in this pathway? Release and purge. Surrender, emotional release, cleansing or clearing, and walking away. So yeah, pathway can be walking away too. You don't have to continue. If a pathway is uncomfortable for you, or you don't feel like you need to be on it, then there's a fork in the road, and take a different path. It's that simple. The hard part is making the decision to do it and then actually following through. What about this Lovers? South Node, comfort tone. Resistance, fear of the new, clinging to old ways or situations. So yes, someone wants you to do it the old way, the way you used to do it, or the way that, remember, there was someone coming in trying to damage your relationship, and they are in their South Node, and so they don't want anything to change. They're afraid of the new. This could be a friend too, that, oh my gosh, now your whole life is changing and you won't have as much time for them. So clinging to old ways or situations. So they're going to try and break you up because they're selfish. They want you to themselves. This could be a friend situation that's trying to control it. Or it could be, someone's mother or father, or, something like that. But it's someone close to you that you spend time with that is trying to sabotage your situation because they are afraid you're going to leave them in the dust and they don't know what to do. What else about this, Spirit? It's Lovers. Woo! See that one fly out of there? Temptation and self-deception. Deception, make wise choices. Someone's going to try and deceive you. Make wise choices. They're going to try and tempt you with something. I'm telling you. You got to keep your eyes peeled. Okay, what about this coffin? Try it again. What about this coffin? Summer. It's a timing card. Activity, goals, progress, life force energy, new pet, or turns. So, summertime. This could be, and it is summer now, or warm weather. It doesn't have to be specifically summer season, but warm weather seems to be when this is going to finish playing out. And you may be getting a new pet. Abundance. Windfall. Gifts, celebration, promotion, opportunity, successful ventures. Okay, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that all of this is going to come through after Mercury comes out of retrograde. I think that's part of it, and I think this person being jealous, although I haven't seen any jealousy or envy cards coming out, but controlling. Someone is very controlling. You may have a controlling friend, or someone close to you is controlling, and they're trying to control you. Okay. So let's see what these cards have to say. We haven't played with these cards in a while. I actually forgot I had them till I ran into them last night. And these are the future happenings and pursuits to consider. So future happenings. Actually, I should be doing it this way. That's too many. I only want like one. Okay, so you gave me two. Okay. All right, so we have two here to read. And then pursuits to consider. And we just have one of those. Okay, so we're going to start off with pursuits to consider. And you have sociability, tolerance, and a collaborative nature. Ensuring inner tranquility is crucial in the present moment. Sustaining connections with dignitaries and esteemed individuals prove advantageous for your endeavors. Patience is essential in various situations, as anger and hastiness can exacerbate matters. Remember, the journey of education may begin with challenging routes, but the ultimate rewards are truly sweet. And the quote is, "The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet," and that's Aristotle. And so, yes, ensure your inner tranquility and maintain any connections that you have with any dignitaries or esteemed individuals. So that could also be your real estate agent. That could be, like that. Maintain your connections with them, because you never know when they're going to go to bat for you. And then future happenings, you demonstrate adaptability to your surroundings. Your abilities and resources expand. Support comes from all quarters. Your conversational skills prove successful through your accumulated experience. Your prestige sees a rise. You continue to uphold humility and harmony in your interactions. You show respect for the emotions of your family members. The support of friends and loved ones is forthcoming. You actively work on enhancing love and affection in your relationships. And the quote is, "I don't need it to be easy, I need it to be worth it." And that's Lil Wayne. And the part that stuck out to me is you show respect for the emotions of your family members, and the support of friends and loved ones is forthcoming. So whoever it is that's trying to mess it up for you, continue to show them respect, and your friends and family and other family members will come through and support you. Future happenings again, you receive assistance and obtain the necessary resources. You reevaluate your approach, which it's said a couple of times here. Delving into your creative concepts. You avoid unwarranted risks and fulfill your responsibilities adeptly. Innovative methods to achieve your objectives are revealed. You adhere to established guidelines and remain committed to your plan. Adjustments are made to attain balance. And that's what this whole reading has been saying. You got to just focus on the big picture. If one approach doesn't work, you got to take another approach. And this is saying the same thing. Innovative methods to achieve your objectives are revealed. So take a step back. To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence, and that's Mark Twain. So, y'all, that's your reading. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps. Please share with your friends and family, especially if it resonates with you, for them. Maybe they need to hear the message. So, thank you again, and hey, until next time, have a great day.